President Biden has a lot of issues weighing down on his re-election campaign, but one of his biggest problems is actually his own vice president. A new poll shows that Kamala Harris is the least popular vice president in the history of these types of polls, and Biden's opponents, well, they're making a lot of that. Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins joins me to talk about what's happening. Farron, as we talked about before, what's happening with Harris is they're running against Harris. Now think about that. The Republicans are running against the vice president for Biden because they're pretty sure Biden is going to tip over either metaphorically or really before the election kicks around. I don't think I've ever seen this. I really haven't. Maybe Cheney. Maybe I saw him run against Cheney as a gutless war hawk. Yeah. I saw that a little bit. But I've never seen it where they're attacking her for her competence.
No, it really is remarkable. And as you mentioned, you've got these polls out now that show that up to this point in her vice presidency, she's less popular than Dick Cheney was. Even after Dick Cheney started the Iraq War based on lies, millions of people in the street protesting him, he still was not as unpopular as Kamala Harris. Dan Quayle, one of the dumbest we've ever seen.
I don't speak Latin, remember that?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He was more popular. And so, and of course, in Clinton's campaign, they made Dan Quayle a huge issue. Yeah, and it worked well for them. This inexperienced child almost is how they painted him. And now with Harris, what they've got is a vice president who this administration, the staffers inside have said, she's impossible. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't want to do anything because she's terrified that she can't do it.
Farron, why you're such a great progressive. You're always out there on behalf of progressive issues, as I am 99% of the time. But we talk about this all the time. What is it that won't allow a progressive to say, this is bad? What is this delusional issue that kicks up in their brain when we talk about this and they say, oh no, this is not real, it's delusional? What is that?
It really is, and I think if we weren't looking at such terrifying prospects on the other side, I think people would be more rational and be like, okay, let's look at this from the standpoint of not we have to defeat Trump, but what the hell is going on? Yeah, and they won't do that because they fear that any criticism of Biden, any criticism of Harris, it all helps Trump. I mean, look, I get it every day. People make those comments to me like, you did it in 2016. No, we called out Hillary Clinton when she needed to be called out. We praised her when she needed to be praised because that's our job. I'm not here to be a cheerleader for anybody. She's dragging down the ticket.
But they think we are.
Right.
They think we're here to cheerlead for the Democrats. And we're not. I'm not. And I don't think you are either. I'm not here to, damn sure not here to cheerlead for the Republicans.
Yeah.
But at least I can look at the facts and look analytically at this woman and look at this president and say, this is not good. Let's move on. Let's do it before it's too late. There's some candidates still out there. Why do we ignore candidates like Katie Porter? Why do we do that? Why is it that we can't say, yeah, we can try something fresh, something new?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with if Biden were to do that, it's admitting, I messed up, guys.
Yeah,
I know, but sometimes you got to do that, and that's actually a good show of leadership when you know to stand up and be like, listen, Harris, you did great for 4 years. We're going to go in a new direction. I wish you nothing but the best. I mean, Katie Porter, as you said, would be great. Elizabeth Warren would be great. Stacey Abrams is widely popular across the country.
You've got a lot of good candidates out there. The truth is, the poll, now you've got the White House spending a lot of money trying to rehab her.
Yeah.
And what I want to say is you can't take a mule and make it into a show horse. You just can't do that. And, they've got to be able to do that themselves. They have to be able to speak eloquently. They have to be able to look like they're engaged in the job. And I don't know how you rehabilitate it.
And there's no chemistry between them either. I mean, if you look back at Obama and Biden, they were buddies, they were pals. These are just two people that work in the same office.
Yeah,
it's super weird.
I'm still predicting Gavin versus DeSantis. That's where all this is headed.